So what actually is twin flame success? We're going to research that with oracle cards, because is it when you for 100% certain, backed up by the divine itself, know that it is your true twin flame? It's this one. Or is it when you meet and come close and kiss or hold hands or get to know each other? Or is it when you come in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union, so that you're harmonized and start to walk together the rest of your spiritual life journey together? What exactly is twin flame success? When you haven't researched that for yourself, it's very difficult to measure if you are having success. Maybe it is, I'm doing the inner work and I do it correctly. Or maybe it is, I learned my most important lesson from my false twin flame experience. Who knows? It is busting the illusion that it was a false twin flame. What exactly is twin flame success? Let's look into that with some cards. And I'm first seeing, we're just asking the help from Divine Mother, and we're starting with the Egyptian cards because I saw them first. Let's get this one. Thoth. That is the person that stands for divine wisdom. The big teacher that guides souls on their path towards enlightenment. In your heart, there are brain cells. Think with your heart. You get an insight in a certain situation in your life that presents as a contradiction. Meditation idea. Let in the silence in yourself a word come up that gives you power. Thoth. So what is twin flame success? I think it's dependent on if you let yourself be guided by divine wisdom itself, by this function of the divine itself that is here to guide you towards the deeper you, the true you, who you are in the light of your harmonious union. When you let yourself be guided there, that's a success. When you actually don't, it's not a success. And often we think that we're being guided by it, but we're actually listening to our ego. That is like, well, this is unfair and I'm doing it right and they're not, so they should learn something. They should learn something about maturing in relationships and acting correctly towards a partner. They should be more interested in my needs and my wants, because that's what romantic relationships should be like, and all of that. That's all voice of the ego is what that means. So when you listen to their inner voice for God, then Thoth, the divine wisdom, comes into play. And it might sound very different than you think. It might be the whisper that comes as a secondary voice, while you think it is the screaming needs inside of you, but that's not the divine voice. So do you think with your brain that is programmed with a couple of decades in this lifetime with societal thinking and social ego thinking? Or do you start to listen to your heart? No matter what it says, you do it. That would be success. And that would be the distinction that you can make between what's valuable and what will bring you there, and on the other hand, what's not. And it doesn't bring you there. And this ability to make the distinction is divine wisdom itself. And it is also success. It's success in itself when you can distinguish that. And it's success because when you distinguish that in the now and you choose right and you act upon it, you will be brought to the real thing that opens you up for everything that your soul can unlock, which is an enormous amount of abundance in energy, in feeling good, in having the ability to assist others because you feel good, because you're filled up with unconditional love in your energy, yourself first. It's full of your soul money coming to you. It's full of support in the form of goods and friends and clients and helpers and allies. That starts to become unlocked there. Yeah. Only when you listen to the true guidance that goes to the true twin flame, that unlocks the true abundance. Otherwise, that key just doesn't fit in the door and it won't unlock it. Inside, in a seeming contradiction in your life. I think the twin flame in that sense is a little bit of a contradiction because, I mean, it is experienced by the personality a lot of the time as a contradiction because it is your biggest love of loves. It's a real person. For the very, 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 very most people, it's a twin flame, two expressions of the same soul blueprint. It is a full person. Nothing wrong with them. They're just existing purely on themselves, just like you. And on the deeper layer, at the core of you, you are connected in spiritual truth. It is a contradiction because it does not function how you were taught it functions. Even when you would do very much your best and you're like, I want to be an enlightened lover. I want to be a conscious creator of relationship, or however the terminology might be. And then to find that it's not that is rather disillusioning and strange and opposite than what you thought. But it is something real, someone real that is your ultimate lover. In the other light, in the light of divine love. And all these people doing their best in conscious relationships or in, I don't know, however you want to call it, Tantra practices or this and that and the other thing. And very beautiful names of doing your best in relationships. That's not it. There's only one thing, and that is connecting to your true source so that your true twin flame will show up and they will show you what the dance is that for you is the expression of divine love. Let a word come up in silence that gives you strength, inner power. So let's do that. Let's do what the card says. Why not? Let's close our eyes for a moment. What is twin flame success? And maybe in the silence in your heart, a word comes up. Just sitting here together for a moment. You don't need to change anything. You might just want to be conscious of the fact that we're sitting here together. Be conscious for a moment of the fact that you're breathing. This beautiful rhythm. That easily brings you into your silence as the core point inside of the rhythm of your breath. That's where your silence is. So connect with that point. Just for a silent moment together. Feeling the midpoint of your breath, of the spaciousness of your breath. And then to listen in that point if there is a word that wants to come forward. Now, what is that word? Coming to you now, rising up out of the silence. And the one that comes forward, yeah, that's it. Just acknowledge that. You're free to acknowledge whatever that is. Don't hesitate. That's it. That's exactly it. There you have it, your word. Cherish it in your heart. While remaining conscious of your breath a little bit. A few more breaths. In which you can thank yourself and your heart for listening for a moment to the silence inside of you. That is wise. Thank you. And to then slowly and gently open your eyes again and come back to the video with me. Beautiful, beautiful. So what word did you have? If you want to, let us know underneath the video as a reaction. Yeah. What is success on the twin flame journey? My word was trust. I think that is success on the twin flame journey because it implies having faith. First, you need to have faith that all of this is real. You make it real for you. And you have faith in the divine and in your divine providence yourself. Because where you are a twin flame on that inner, invisible, subtle level, you are divine. And when you have that connection, you can have faith. And then in the horizontal dimension, the first was maybe like vertical in a certain way, visualized. In the horizontal dimension, you can then have trust. real trust that is foundational, that is grounded, it has roots. Trust in yourself as the twin flame of your twin flame. And that's success on the twin flame journey. Let's get another card deck, the cards of Mary Magdalene. And let's see what comes forward. Decision. So what is success on the twin flame journey? It clearly is making the decision that you truly want this, and that you decide to go deep into it until it is fully made come true for you. You move through the country of strange, weird, creative, crazy, and floaty, cloudy, and resistance, and fantasy. And you move through that entire land of experiences that are spiritual and new and full of synchronicities and magical numbers. And when you completely have moved through that country, as if you were Alice in Wonderland, and you come out on the other side, and then you ground and you sober up in truth, in the love that is truth. There is your union. And you can make that decision now to go the entire journey. And often we also forget to decide that, but it's actually up to you. And the visual here is actually different than how I described it. The visual here is that there's a drop falling from, I don't know, the moon, sort of into the water. That's my idea of what is shown here. And the word means decision, it's Dutch. And that is the moment that that decision is made to go the entire journey. You decide. And it all hinges upon your decision and nothing else. Nobody can decide it for you. And your decision can, like, in a sense, you could say, overrule theirs. Because at the core of you, you are one. So you have just as much a right to choose for the union as they have. But when your choice is pure and you choose it fully, and it is indeed your will colliding with divine will to go the entire journey and arrive sober up in the truth that is love, then that will be carried by the divine, by the core of the union. Because that's like a more fundamental divine aim. So your decision is what it hinges upon, and you can decide it now. And that's success already in the now. And it guarantees success in getting to know who the true twin flame is instead of the false one, in meeting them if you didn't get, in getting together, getting to know each other, in coming together as a relationship, as a romance. It guarantees coming into, when you move forward enough and have enough guidance and really anchor in there with the right tools, that you go to harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state. It all is about your decision. So let's see what Divine Mother has to say about that. Ooh, that one jumped, so we're going to take it. Our Lady of Soul Birth. Yeah, that's where the birth is of this union. And it is at that place where we just described that you can go to with your decision making. It's your harmonious twin flame union. That's where you birth everything that belongs to your union. All the abundance. This is a beautiful picture of being so luscious and abundant and luxuriously you, full of energy and yellow light and golden light, which is the divine light. And harmonious twin flame union is that place where everything is birthed that you want through being on the twin flame journey. And that is a relatively unknown fact, but it's really so. And it guarantees everything that you want is really there. It's real. It unlocks that door to your actual eternal abundance. It guarantees that it will be smooth, and the building that takes place there cannot be made undone anymore. It's really you visiting that place in consciousness and choosing to maintain it, and to then also completely move there with everything that you have and own, that makes it come true. That's where you start to walk with Divine Mother closely. Yeah, that's what that is. You start to walk with Divine Mother. And she wants to walk with you there. And her care looks like this. Her care is soft and luscious and all around you. And your union is this beautiful baby, and she will surround you and surround it with all her love, as much as she can. She deeply loves you, so she will feed the inner child in you and in your twin flame. She will bring you up in spiritual maturity. She will take care of that you always have enough money and food, and she will make sure that you can eat nourishing food that truly nourishes you, so that vitamins are truly unlocked instead of just moving through you and gone in the toilet again. She makes sure of all such things, because her care for you in the invisible golden light translates in so many avenues in your actual daily life, physical, material daily life, that ask for the most divine solutions so that you truly are fed, truly feel good. And she makes that come true for you, with you, by surrounding you with all this care inside harmonious union. And I can attest to that myself. This has completely happened to me. She has taught me everything from growing up again, doing over the aspects of my childhood that I had never been raised in. And she showed me how to cook my food. She showed me when to take rest. She showed me how that was possible, having my own economy with myself alone, caring for myself, that I could rest enough, and so on and so forth. She took me by the hand, and you can allow that too. And by the way, when you need Divine Father, he will also come forward. It's not like that we're just for goddesses here. No. So let's see if we can get something from the angels. Don't stop. Success on the twin flame journey is when you don't stop. When you continue doing the inner work until you arrive at your true core. And let come out there what wants to come out and present itself. Don't stop. Sometimes we have the true inner work and it starts to work for us. But we're like, yeah, well, that was okay, but let me go to another teacher. Let me go to another place. Let me just not focus on my twin flame for a while or doing that kind of inner work and just, do something else. I'm going to play with the horses for the coming 5 years. And yeah, you didn't do this tip from the angels. You have to, once you get the right inner work, once you reach the right teacher, once you are in the company of the right kind of community, then you need to keep going, and that's how you reach it. And that's also how you reach it within the perfect time frame for you, and make come true all these things within a reasonable time that your heart longs for. You don't stop. You go deeper in it. You start to invest in it. You start to spend more time in it. You start to give money in it, because that's a way to indicate that you want to receive there. Don't stop. And that's true. One of my own big mistakes that did not lead to twin flame success was always going a little bit in a direction and then being upset or shocked by something or distracted by something else or disappointed by something, and me just like going away again from that direction. And once I truly kept going no matter what, and gave it everything that I had and was and could find and all these things, that's when it truly came for me. Yeah. So that's success in going through the journey, and that is how you create the real success as well. These are really awesome tips, I have to say. Who would have known, that the divine would move so beautifully through me right now with the help of Divine Mother and the cards. Well, if this isn't successful and the greatest help of all, then I don't know what is. So true. Dear friends, if you aren't humble, you can never reach harmonious union and be permanently together in the relationship, in the light of union with your true twin flame. If you aren't humble, nothing of that will happen for you. Allow me, Divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. Amen. Humility is of the greatest importance. When you can reach it and stay there, stick with it throughout your journey, that's when the divine starts to speak with you. That's when your decision to go all the way makes sense. That's how you get all the help to keep on going. That's how you make the right decision. That's how Divine Mother keeps on assisting you, when you're humble. Yeah. So if you can reach the humility, the true humility, that is successful in the now. And when you can stick with it, you know that where you're going will also be successful, because you will keep on having the right attitude to receive the right guidance, and it will just be around the corner for you. When you can't be humble, there's no opening for Source to pour healing inside of you, direction inside of you, the truth inside of you. And there's no door through which the twin flame can come in that will be sustainable for you. You have to be humble. You have to be humble to get the result of being with the twin flame. You have to be humble to stay with the twin flame. If you can't be humble and you think you know better than your twin flame, then you didn't listen to your divine source, and you didn't listen to what your twin flame was actually telling you, teaching you, and mirroring you, so that you can heal something deeper in yourself. And that's what you longed for, because through that healing, you got deeper into your source love that you experience in yourself. And that's what you wanted. That's what you signed up for in this journey. That's what your heart called out for. And your true twin flame is your forever companion in that journey. And they can be beautifully intimate with you in all ways that you desire in a relationship with you when you can be humble. Love it. Well, I hope this inspired you just as much as it did for me. I hope this helped you incredibly much, and let me know with a comment below how that went for you. So as you know, we're going towards May already. Oh gosh, the months really go by quickly, isn't it, in 2024. And in the first weekend of May, we gather with 2 to 4 people to form the 6-hour-long workshop, 3 hours on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and we will be together to work out the block, the theme, what holds you back in your union. And you will see that for everyone it will feel so similar, and we will go deeper with all of us. It will be an intensive workshop, and you can be part of that. So do you want to bust your twin flame blocks right now to completion and be sure that that's gonna work out for you very well? Then look into if you can come to our workshop on that weekend. And the information is in the link below, so I will see you at that page or in the next video. And I will put that one here, and I will see you there. Love from Petra.